What are you going to do today to be a good Straw Hat? It's Final Panel Friday. I started reading manga back in November of last year when I asked you which manga I should start with, and hundreds of you replied with One Piece. Normally, I would talk about exactly what I read. I'm currently in volume 38 of One Piece in the Water 7 arc. But today, I wanted to talk about what I'm noticing, especially in today's political climate. I've seen the YouTube videos, the TikTok videos of people waving the straw hat symbol during protests, rebellions, and revolutions around the world, and it makes me smile. But I can't help but think that we're getting it wrong. The Straw Hats kept getting wrongfully accused so far in every arc. And then what happens? They don't argue for argument's sake. They don't posture. They defend the weak, the oppressed, the overrun, and the downtrodden. They act. And then the people they help usually speak up for them and defend them in the end. That's what's happening in the Water 7 arc for me right now. We've seen this over and over and over again in every arc. And I think this is where people, including myself, get it wrong. A lot of people speak out when they hear injustice. They post, they react, they turn the camera on when it's popular. They assume who is weak based on surface level things and then build everything off of emotion. But the Straw Hats don't do that. They watch. They wait. They look for actions, not words. People can say one thing and do another, and the Straw Hats pick up on that. That's what they're doing with Robin right now. Having good intent isn't enough for Luffy to even notice. But if he notices good actions, he wants you to be a part of his crew. So intent isn't enough. Words are not enough. They learn who people are. They don't judge by appearance. They don't wait for something to be popular. They don't need recognition. They do the right thing because it's the right thing. They're not chasing attention. They're not waiting for permission. They're not looking for a crowd to agree with them. They act where they are, face to face, real people, real situations for them. And I think that's the difference. It's easy to react to something far away. Well, this is how I feel because it happened in the Middle East, or it happened in China or Europe or Russia. That's emotion. That's intent. It's a good start. But I can't help but think, shouldn't we do more? So I asked myself a couple of questions. What does it take to be a good Straw Hat? It's hard to show up where you are. Do I know my neighbors? Can they borrow a cup of sugar from me? Have I borrowed from them? Do I know their names? Do I know their kids' names? Would I show up if they needed me? Would I defend someone on my street, even if it wasn't popular? That's what the Straw Hats get right. They don't necessarily go looking for a fight, but when they see some injustice in front of them, they move. My question to myself and to you is,